And we are recording. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the stage. I got Jakafella in the house. And today is my first day in my first show for the Yayo show, everybody. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I appreciate it. Shout out to Jake for coming in here with me. I appreciate you, Jake, man. Oh my God, it's finally happening. Finally. How are you doing today? Can you hear me good?
Good, baby. I'm good. Yeah, I can hear you well. Yeah, I'm good. My pleasure, baby. And congratulations on your show. You know what I'm saying? Many
Oh,
blessings. More bigger stars than myself. I plan on coming out here. Bless this wonderful stage. You know what I'm talking about, with your beautiful face. You know what I'm talking about, and drop some real game and some real ism and some knowledge and some power and some info. It's like news. You know what I'm saying? You're giving people news they can use, not that they can lose.
thank you, Mr. J. I appreciate that. Now, for those that don't know that's following, you got to know that me and Jake go back, way back. What, elementary school? We from the same neighborhood. We all grew up off Dayton. And Jake got a lot of success in his career that's coming on. But Mr. J, before we start this interview, we know you a man of God. Everybody that know you from coming out of the city of Flint, Dallas, Memphis, Cali, you kind of, everywhere. You kind of nationwide. You know what I mean? So everybody know that you a godly man. Is there a verse you would like to start and kick off with us before we start this show? What verse come into your head?
Well, there's two verses. Like I tell people all the time, like, I'm still getting better. All we can do is get better in life. So my thing was, what could I do to make myself better? As I knew that I knew the streets and hustling and all that and making money, but was that really what could make me better? So when I started reading the word, I knew a lot of guys that sons of pastors and people that went to church, but they could go and quote the Bible like Isaiah chapter 5, verse 23 through 24. But then as soon as they leave and go where they're going to chase some booty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So just like, I'm like, man, you can quote all of that, but then you go right around and chase booty. The same dude I'm talking about. And I won't say his name, but I met him to another friend of mine. But that dude ended up going to jail for molesting a girl. That was his girl's daughter or something. But this is the same dude that could quote the Bible and knew all of the verses, all of the where the verse was at and all that. So me, I never memorized the Bible. I never memorized where it was at, but I memorized and put it on my heart what it really said.
What it really
and
said.
that what was really more important to me. So it's one verse that says this, and everybody should be able to relate to this, but it's simple. It says, where there is no wood, the fire goes out.
Okay.
So where there's no wood, the fire. So if you ain't adding no drama to it, if you ain't agitating the problem, if you ain't keeping it going, then it'll go away.
Right.
But while you steady gossiping and you steady adding wood on the fire, now you got a big old blaze.
You got a big blaze.
So it's better to leave things alone and just let them be. And where there's no wood, the fire goes out.
Right.
So that's one. And if you want to know where it's at, just put that in there in Google, and it'll tell you what verse, where to find it at. You can do a little homework yourself if you really want the knowledge. You know what I'm talking about? And another one, I think this one is in Proverbs, if I'm not mistaken, but it says this. It says, the wicked will flee when no one is pursuing, but the righteous is as bold as a lion. And that verse takes me back to when I used to be riding dirty in the hood, and I got all this dope on me. And the whole time when I'm going from one destination to the next, I'm steady in my rear view. Every car I see with a white man, I swear it's the police. I'm paranoid as a dog, because I'm wicked. I'm doing something wicked. So the wicked will flee when no one is pursuing, meaning the wicked gonna be running when ain't nobody even chasing them.
Right.
But the righteous is as bold as a lion. He can stand up. He the king of the jungle. He can stand up in front of any animal that's out there, and he ain't afraid of nan one of them.
Wow. Exactly.
So that stand out to me. Yeah. So I want to be the righteous, where I can stand up and be bold as a lion. I don't want to be running when I ain't even got nobody chasing me.
Right. Right. I feel that. I feel that. That's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go right back and go into it. So Jake, you have a son, Rudy. Okay, and he's following in your footsteps. Can you tell me a little bit of how y'all did the collab and your son different from your solo projects? What makes Rudy? Let's talk about that for a minute.
Shout out to young Rudy the business.
Shout out to young Rudy.
Yeah, Rudy, that's my mini me. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
But he different from me in his own ways. So he got his own ways of how he his own man. You know, and I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I never try to make him be exactly like me. You know what I'm saying? I always want him to be better than me. Right. You know, but last year, during the 50th year of hip hop, you know, anniversary of hip hop, 50th year, I wanted to do something that would, you know, it didn't get the notoriety that it should have got, but we basically did something that was never done in history. And 3 times we on the same day we both released projects. He released the album, I released the album or a single each time.
Right.
So we released on the same exact day during the 3 different times during the 50th year of hip hop.
Right.
So but he just got his own style. He different. I mean, he just, I mean, I don't have nothing to do with his talent or how he make his music or how, you know, but how he come up with it, he dope, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, all I do is aid and assist him and, you know, and do what I can to help him and guide him and give him knowledge, you know. But a lot of times, you know, when you're young, you're going to go your own way, you know, like we did, you know, but we learned that what our parents was telling us later on, we learned that they was telling us the right thing and the right thing to do, you know. So I think that's some of the things that he's going through. But
if you
like I said,
if you had one wish right now, if you had one wish for him as far as the music business, what would that be for him in the music business? Or maybe it could be bigger, real estate, but in the music, what do you wish for him?
Well, I would just wish in the music, I would just wish for him to just, you know, follow his heart, you know, give his all, and you know, don't have no doubt. Right. And you know, like I say, and fight the good fight. You know, you gotta, like, people see the things that I've been able to accomplish, and none of those was the easy fight. I fought the hard fight.
Right.
You know, so success, especially when ain't nobody handing it to you, and when you ain't kissing no ass, and when you ain't, you know, trying to be up under nobody's wing unless they really gonna take you, and you ain't trying to follow no suckers just because they own in the industry. You know, when you standing alone and you really good, a lot of time people like he really good. So a lot of people could have took him up under their wing that we know and even been around, but a lot of people be intimidated. Like all my life, people was intimidated by my greatness. They was intimidated by how good I was. So they did things to block me, to try to stop me, because they knew that if I would have actually had the opportunity they had, I would have been made good out of it and made possibly did better than they was doing with it.
Right.
So in dope and music and all kind of different ways, people chose to block me instead of being able to, you know, they chose to discourage me instead of encourage me. They chose to stop and block me instead of pull me in and help me and lift me up. You know, but that's the thing that made me stronger. That's the thing that made me fight harder. That's the thing that gave me the audacity to just be bold and just be to fight all the way through it. So my thing for him is just to keep fighting. You know, fight through it until you make it. And don't never give up. You know, until it works. You know, that's my thing for him. You know.
Right.
If I was to tell him anything, that's concerned.
Okay. Well, Jake, you do a lot. And you have been in the game for over 30 years. You know, not that I'm telling our age is another thing, but you've been in the game for a very long time, very well respected. What's the secret to your sauce, baby? Come on, talk to me.
Well, the secret to my sauce is, for one, all of my friends older than me.
Okay.
All of them. All my
Right.
friends I grew up with, all of them. Every last one of them that you know that you can name that you ever seen me with, from your
Right.
baby daddy to all of them. They all older than me.
Right.
They all
They
older than me.
all
All my friends. They all older than me. All of them. They all older than me. They all know they older than me. If it's by a few months, a year, they all older than me. I just was the
for
one that was. I was the one that was hustling. So I've been in the game so long because I started hustling when I was 12 years old. 8th grade going to the 9th grade is when I started hustling. I never stopped hustling all the way up even until this very day right now, sitting here.
right. So
So I started.
basically, you had proper OGs, is what you're saying, because you hung with elders. That's the secret to the sauce, or is it like this one billionaire said, "Show me 4 of your friends, and I'll show you your future." I like that quote.
Well, no,
You
I
know?
mean, I do like that quote as well. And if I showed you 4 of my friends, then my future fucked up. My future regular.
But because you're one of the odds that made it, like if you hanging with, like as a female, if I'm hanging with 3, 4 girls and they got bad credit, nothing to bring to the table, then pretty soon I'm gonna be just like them and have bad credit. And you know what I'm saying? It's just like, but you overcame a lot of that. So what is the secret to, how you overcame? Was it
I'm gonna keep
like, uh-huh.
well, the way I was able to do it, like I tell people, I'm a leader and a loner. You know what I'm talking
Uh-huh.
about? I'm a leader and I'm a loner. So I'll be by myself. So even in my music, in my rap, I'm a solo rapper. I don't got no niggas tagging along with me to mess up the action, because if one nigga messed the deal up, I'm gonna want to beat his ass. Excuse my French.
Right.
No, I'm gonna want to get on his head because he messing up the money. So I never wanted a partner. I seen people that have partners, and they partner, even to this day, it has been the problem.
Right.
So if I'm gonna have a problem, the problem is going to be me. And for one, I'm a leader. I lead people, but I don't run with people. I'll
Right.
be around people, and I got friends. I got regular friends that do regular things. I got great friends that do it. Extraordinary things is respected by the biggest entertainers in the world, and these are some of my best friends. But the most famous people in the world that we all, as the Black community, love and admire, them people love and admire him.
Right. Right.
This is one of my closest friends. So, but at the same time, like I say, so my secret is always being able to find the strength within myself. My strength never came from being with a group of people. I always brought strength to a group of people because I was a leader and I knew things they didn't know. I knew how to hustle. I knew where to hustle at. I knew how to make it move. I knew tricks and tried things they hadn't tried. I had spots when they were standing on the corner. I had houses to sell out of. I was always thinking ahead of people. So,
Right.
so I heard, it's a saying that I heard one time and it makes so much sense. It says, if you fit in with the crowd, then you're not fit to lead the crowd.
Wow. Wow. Well,
Yeah.
you know what?
So I never fit in with them.
And that's true. You never. And for those that's following, and for those that know me and know Yayo, I'm gonna just give y'all a little history lesson. Jake, this guy right here, named me Yayo. Just so y'all know. If y'all ever wonder where the name Yayo come from, I had just lost my dad. I was depressed and I used to freestyle. Me and my sister, we used to just ride around and freestyle a lot. And Jake was the one that named me Yayo. So if everybody be like, where do you get that name from? This guy right here is the guy that named me. And speaking of depression, Jake, even though this is not in the question, but it's just where my heart is. Jake, you always been a very motivating person. And it's days where I can just be so down and so out, where it's like tears is coming to my eyes now. And you always got me out of it.
No, you my boy. I named you.
Jake, you got me out so much.
Well, you my baby, Yayo. I say, always named you. I named you Yayo. No, baby, I love you, and you my baby. We come from the same. We cut from the same cloth. But I always knew when I named you Yayo because you was dope. Not only was you beautiful, but you was dope. You was a good person. You was a ride or die. You stood by your man. You stood by your people. You stood by your family. You know what I'm saying? And that was dope to me because a lot of women, a lot of even back then, people wouldn't like you. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that you was dope. So that's why I said Yayo. You know what I'm saying? Because you was a dope person and you still are. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, you're a true friend to me. So like I say, any friend of mine is somebody I care about. You know what I'm talking about? And I give my all for them. You know what I'm talking about? And whatever, you know, it's times you call me and I was going through something and I was down, but you never knew it.
I would never know.
I
You
never
was
told you because I only,
strong and
yeah, because
always so
I because I absorbed the pain of others because I know that people, this is a mean world and people don't got love. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one thing I wanted to say about, you know, I was gonna say it at the end, but that's the problem with us. We don't have love, and
right.
because we know when you find the reason why I was always there for you because I got love and I love. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? It's not the love of lust. It's not the love. Most people, they love is lust. They love you because you're doing something for them. They love you because you're giving them good sex. They love
Right.
you, you know. These it's something attached to the love. There's nothing attached to my love. My love is just genuine for my people, for
Yeah.
black people, for all my people, for people, period. My love is just genuine, real love. Like, and that's what love is supposed to be. But because this world is so lacking in love, everybody's so materialistic, everybody's so worried about this. Even if I've been, even for a relationship, if I wanted to have a woman, I've been looking at women. I've yet to really find a woman that understand how to love like me.
Right.
And, and that's sad to say because
Right.
I'm a nigga that have been in the streets and did everything. How do I? But the reason I know love is because it's always how grandma raised me. And for two, me learning the word of God and understand that really cultivated me toward love. But more so is that it's 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 I learned from the Bible that love is power because God is love.
Yeah.
So
Amen.
love, so love is power. So that's why we so powerless. That's why we can't win. That's why relationships don't work. That's why marriages don't work because the love ain't for real.
Right.
So that's what. So when the love ain't for real, you don't got no power. But when the love is for real, you can conquer the world with real love.
Conquer.
Period.
Amen.
Period.
Period.
For real.
Period.
So that's
I like what you're saying. You're getting a little deep. But now, you know what? It's time to go ahead and talk about this book. And I want to talk to you about becoming an author and what made you change up from the streets to the rapping. And then now we're going into book writing. And for those that don't know, here's my books in the background. Okay, I'm
hey,
going to post
hey,
it
hey,
right
hey,
up there. My
hey.
granddaughter loves it. Baby Jade, she loves it. And I got some little clips that I will be showing later on with her reading some of the books too. But
Okay.
she absolutely love it. And she's only 8 years old. You know what I mean? So and she loves it and she understands it. And she when she saw it, it was just like, I love this, Granny. Where did you get this? And I'm like, Uncle Jay came through for the kids. Would you like to talk about the book and what's going on?
Well, once again, the book they just came from. I was just thinking like, I gave the world so much, you know, with music, you know, street music, gangster music, you know, about dope and hustling and this and that, every other worldly thing that that I've experienced, I knew about, so I shared it, and people, that's what they want to hear. So I was giving people what they wanted to hear. But when I retired from hip hop last year, I had
Right,
already wrote the books, but I was just looking for me an illustrator. But long story short, the books came about because I wanted to give the world something. You know, what could I do to make this world a better place? Yeah, I share the word of the day most every day. You know, the time, most of the time when I'm, with my people, the people I think need it on my platforms, social media platforms, and the people I send it to on my phone, that I send it to them daily. So I'm doing all that out of love. But that, for one, those are grown people. They
right,
got their own mind made up pretty much already, and they gonna do what they gonna do. But kids' minds can still be changed. And it's another verse in the Bible that says, teach a child when they is young, and they will not depart from the way.
Right.
So if you teach a child about God when they're young, then no matter what they do, they always come back to it because they was able to learn it. And if you can teach it to them in the fun way, in the colorful way,
Right.
you know, and like you say, she seen the book and was excited about it.
She was excited.
You know, and that's what I wanted. You know, I wanted for kids to have something that they can be excited about, enjoy, but also learn the power and learn God, because God is love. So it was just for me, my way to give something back to this world. And, you know, before I leave, you know, we all as people should look at ourselves, no matter what our past is, at the end of our life. When at your funeral, people are gonna look at what you did. What was your what was my contribution to the world? What did I do to make this world a better place?
Right.
Yeah, like you said, you call me, you need me, I'm right there for you. I talk you through your problems. I listen to you. I'm a good ear. I got some good words to say. I got some great advice. You know, because you know, but it's more in me to give. So where can I start at? Let me start with these kids. I've been giving grown people music, all this, giving them
everything,
giving them advice. Yeah, but what can I give to I need to go down a notch. I need to start at the bottom, then go to the top, where these kids get built up with the word and with the understanding and the knowledge of God, and I can give it to them in a fun way, you know, in a way they can understand. And so,
right. Okay, well, everybody, just make sure if you see this video right now, I'm gonna make sure I put the link where you can buy the books for your grandkids, for your kids, for your nieces, for your nephews. I'm gonna put the link right down here on my YouTube page where you can get this book, and make sure you support Mr. J and show him love and help your kids. Okay, so now, Mr. J, Dayton Family went platinum. Congratulations to them. What is your relationship with the Dayton Family and taking it back to the Dayton Family era? You know, shout out to Shoestring and ID also, you know. So let's talk about that because
No, I was just saying for sure, shout out to them. They're my dogs, you know, like DMX say, this is for my dogs, you know what I'm saying? If when that song come on, them two are the ones I think is my dogs, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
we was in this rap thing, you know, they basically, you know, inspired me actually to be serious about it because of their success and how it jumped off so fast, and me being friends with both of them, but on different
times.
Like, I was friends with both of them. Neither one of them was friends with each other. But I knew both of them. I was from my hood because I was dating, and then, you know, we was in the same hood or whatever before the group, you know, King and all that being in the hood, you know. So I knew him. I already knew ID, but I actually knew him before that, rapping when I lived in the Fifth Ward. So I had been cool with him, been Shoestring. Me and him been best partners, you know, since elementary, you know, forever. You know what I'm saying? We've been really, really, really close. So I had a different relationship with both of them, you know. So when they became a group, it was like, you know, it was really inspiring to me. And then how dope it was and how fast it blew up. I'm just like, shit, I'm too close to both of these niggas to get left behind. And I can do it. I was like, shit, if they can do it, I can do it. I just got to get in, find my way to get in somehow. You know what I'm saying? And so, shit, I found my way to get in, you know what I'm saying? And start being with them and moving around. And Shoestring took me to the studio for the first time, Steve Pitts, and I wrote my first song, and then he did the hook on it, did the chorus for me. You know, boys in the hood is always hard. The 36 is what I'm copping. That Shoestring voice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, people didn't know that. Yeah, but that's Shoestring. He made up that chorus and did that for me. You know, he helped me on that song. So he helped me. That was my first song for my first album that came out. The Shoestring took me to the studio. I had my own money from hustling. That was a different thing. I already had my own money.
Right.
So at that time, I had my own money to go produce myself. So he just took me to the studio. I already had made the beat. You know what I'm saying? I did the beat with my mouth on the little recorder. I made the bass line and wrote the song to that. Then he took me to the studio. Then Steve made that same bass line, made the whole beat. And then I did the song. Shoestring did the hook. That was my first song. And after that, Jake the Flake was right in the game, right next to my niggas, the Dayton Family.
Well, speaking of Jake the Flake, because we just spoke earlier, you know, me and you always talk. And what is the difference between Mr. Jakafella and Jake the Flake. You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, you gonna bring out Jake the Flake, or is it Mr. Jakafella? So can you tell the audience what's the difference between Jakafella, Mr. J, and Jacob Flake? Because it is like two different styles, honestly, to me.
Well, it's evolution.
Okay.
You know, it's like you got the whatever the butterfly is before it become the butterfly, the caterpillar, whatever that is, you know, whatever the thing is before the butterfly become the butterfly.
It's the caterpillar first, and then it
Yeah,
becomes
you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, then they got the butterfly, you know what I'm talking about? So it's evolution, you know what I'm saying?
the caterpillar.
Yeah, that was my start. You know, that was, you know, so Jake the Flake is a street nigga, you know, is a straight up thug, you know, is a drug dealer, is a killer, is a nasty nigga, is a beast, is a mother. You know what I'm talking about? Like for real. Like I'm talking about no holds barred, no breaks. I'm talking about nigga all the way going down through there and don't even care nothing about it. Nigga tell me later after I did it.
Stop, you know I got a type.
Yeah.
Okay, now just joking.
Yeah, you know.
Stop.
Jakafella came from shout out to my cousin Gemini.
Gemini is on the OG. Shout out to him. Because your cousin is like a brother to me. And matter of fact, me and him got a show coming up also, like we're working on in interviews and stuff. So Gemini will be on the show, everybody, also. So please shout out to Gemini.
Yeah, shout out to Big Cuz, because what he did was he was in jail when he did his bid. I think he did 23 on that bid. 2023, something like that. Yeah, so he did, but the time when he was in there, he was writing a lot of raps, and so he was, you know, throwing in there writing songs. So then he started writing. He'd already wrote some songs for the Dayton Family, Shoestring. What's on my mind? And he had wrote some other songs he had sent him or whatever. But then when I started talking to him in jail, not for the sake of getting no song or nothing, just, you know, he was just tapping in with me, and you know, I started, you know, sending him a little money, helping him out here and there when I could or whatever. But anyway, he wanted to write me some songs. And then in one of the songs he wrote me the song called Thug Nigga. And in Thug Nigga, I say the name of the hook was nothing but a thug nigga, something, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when he wrote me that song Thug Nigga, I turned Thug Nigga into drug dealer. Nothing but a drug dealer, you know what I'm saying? So when I did that, but in that song, he had said, "Call me Mr. Jakafella, back on my feet again. Do what I got that uncut for Rudy in." You know, that's what he had wrote. You know, so when he said when he gave me that new alias, I really had liked it. So I just took it and adapted it, and then just rolled with it, and then just changed over. You know, from Jake the Flake to, you know, like I say, Jake the Flake was the beginning. He was a young nigga. You know, it was like I said, my first album came out when I was writing and coming out. That was like 16 going on 17. Right. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I got, you know, changed over to Jakafella, I was going in the, you know, 20 or something. I guess I might have been going in the 19, 20. But I had evolved. I had been to California. I had already been, you know, learned a lot and traveled to California a lot of different times, you know, after my album, from the couple of years after my album was out. I spent like 8 months in Cali, then another next year, 9 months in Cali. So I learned a lot, and I kind of evolved, and I wasn't just a drug dealer no more, because I had seen the industry. I had hung out with people that was down with death row and managers of Corrupt, and, you know, other people that had blew up and went platinum, and Domino, and all these other people that had major deals. And so I had really got in LA and got around the industry, and I seen the money and what it was worth. And then, you know, so it just changed me and made me a different person. So I wasn't just the same hood nigga, just with the same mentality. So when my mentality changed, you know, I wanted to take that name on and then use it, because Cuz gave it to me, and really go and take it and do something with it.
Okay, well, that's what's up. But Jake, since you're speaking of Cali, since you did spend a lot of time in Cali, it's a lot going on with this Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef right now. Were you ever in any rap beef coming up or anything? Or you're always businessman. I don't.
Yeah, I'm serious. And then, like I said, I'm gonna beat your ass. I don't even excuse my French, but I ain't got time. We can just fight it out.
We
Yeah, we can just fight it out. I'm telling you, we ain't even gonna be. I ain't with all that talking. Yeah, I ain't with all that now. All that talking. We go because where I'm from, it's like, what that nigga just say? Like, what? That's how we be like, man. What that nigga say? Yeah, everybody be like, man, we finna all beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm like, I'm on that. What that nigga say? Yeah, you said something about me. You got my name in your mouth. We gonna see what you do when you see me. You can talk, but when you see me, then we gonna know what the business really is. Yeah. So
That's
no,
how we
I
do
ain't.
it in Flake, y'all.
Yeah, that's how we do it. Yeah, you ain't gonna just be saying my name and then thinking it's okay and it's bad, 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 bad. Okay, now you said all that. Just make sure you can say the same thing and hold it down when you see me. Because with my name coming out your mouth, it's the problem with me that come with that.
Amen.
Yeah, so I ain't never had no. I ain't never had no. If they did, we fought. Shit, I don't remember having to fight no rapper.
Oh, that's Before we wrap it up, this is going to be the last question because it's going to be time to wrap it up pretty soon. What's next for you, Mr. J? What's going on? What's the next move?
I feel like I'm just getting. Go ahead.
Because you retired, we got the books out. So what's next for you? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, even when I retired from the hip hop rap genre of music, I had I was already working on another album to release, and it was almost already done.
Oh, okay. So we are getting an album from you.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I might put it out one day, you know, some, you know, but right now, like I got over 100. I mean, I always was making music, even when I wasn't putting music out, when I was doing a lot of other things and been traveling. I always. So right now, I've been working on my catalog, and my catalog, not my songs that I already released. I'm talking about these are unreleased songs. I got maybe 140 unreleased songs.
Okay.
In my catalog that's unreleased that I never released. I just make the songs, boom, 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 boom. I'm talking about these is all mixed and mastered, all ready to go to be released right now. I always acapella, instrumental, every song ready to go. You know, but these are songs because wherever I'm at that time of my life, that's what I'm making. But then my life changed, the times changed. So, you know, some stuff, it ain't really old. I just never released it, but it was all good because I don't know how to really make nothing bad.
Right.
You know, but this is a secret that you don't even know.
Okay.
So once I retire from the hip hop rap genre, this is my real reason why.
Okay.
When I was working on the last album, after me and my son had released the three projects on the same day last year, the fourth one we was working on, I had my producer had sent me a beat. And the name of the beat was called Afrobeat. And I'm like, and it was just such a dope beat, but it had such a bad groove in it. It was just like, I liked it. It just felt good to my spirit, to my soul, right? So and at this time, I didn't know what the term Afrobeat was. I knew that I had heard the music and had liked it, you know, but I didn't know that it was a particular genre and that it had its own name. So I just thought it was another beat because he named all his beats whatever different kind of name. So I just thought he was just like, okay, this is just a beat with got an afro on it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know, you know what I'm saying, like a Black Power type beat or something. I didn't know, you know, what I'm thinking. But when I heard it, it had that Caribbean feel and that boom, boom, and that hell of a vibe with that bass. And I said, man, that's so dope. So long story short, my son Rudy was at the house with me at the time in Michigan. And I was working on a song. And then every time I be working on the song, he always try to jump in and come up with an idea. He never. I'd be like, nigga, we a group or something? Nigga, can I write a song about you assisting me? Like, I've been writing songs before I met you, son. You know, before you came into this world. You know, I've been kind of doing this on my own, you know what I'm saying? But he always be like, I'm telling you, I got something for you. I got this piece right here. So I'm steady playing the instrumental back to back on the speaker, so he hearing it. So anyway, I come up with a whole different type of song I never made before, a whole nother different type of vibe. Even made my voice go different, made me be able to use my strong voice and use it with an accent and be able to. This is what the beats made me do.
Right.
Because I wasn't trying to be like nobody, because I had never really heard no Afro beats like that I really knew was Afro beats. So this is just what the beat did to me in my spirit. And so
Right.
long story short, he did it, I wrote it, then he came in, he did a piece. Long story short, this is what people don't know. Once I retired from hip hop, the rap genre, on October the 10th last year.
Right.
But that beat that I got called Afrobeats.
Mm-hmm.
I released my first Afrobeat single on my birthday last year, September 29th. And the name of the song is called What's Your Sign? But see, in Afrobeats, I can talk about what I was just saying earlier. I can talk about love. I can talk about fun. I can talk about sex. I can talk about happiness. I can talk about all that, right? And so I never told nobody, none of my fans, none of my Facebook, Instagram followers. I never even shared it on it. I got a whole new name. I done had articles. Right now I'm at 75, almost 80,000 streams on Spotify. I've been added to like 52 different playlists from different playlists. People I've been getting plays in Nigeria, Italy, Rome, Turkey, all over the world, because Afrobeat is an international genre.
Right.
It's all over the world. I done had articles wrote up on me in the UK. You can Google my name right now. So I'm just this is something the world don't even know. I'm telling them first time on your
Thank you.
My Afrobeat name is Who Me.
Okay.
Who Me, like who me?
Who me? Okay.
So it's WHO apostrophe ME question mark.
Okay.
And how I came up with that is that I was sitting there writing. I got a whole album already done, but I only released the one single. But I wanted to test my first song in the market to see how people like it. And just like the children's books, they like it.
Yeah, they like it.
So with that being said, the name, how I came up with the name, and I'll leave you with this. I came up with the name when I was sitting there listening to all the songs I had did. And I said, out of all the music I done made, this music feel the best to me. And the reason why I retired when I made that song, because I said, you know what? All these songs I'm making right now for the last albums I released with my son, I'm making these songs for my fans and people. And these people ain't even really supporting my music like that. They ain't even, and if it ain't enough people really showing me the love that I think I should be getting from the quality of music that I'm really making.
Right.
So I said, you know what? I'm done making music for people. If they want the old Jake, they want Jake music, go get what I already made. I gave y'all 21 different releases in my whole career. Maybe 13 albums and 8 to 9 singles. Y'all got enough to play with.
Right.
But that music felt so good to me. I said, I'm gonna just make this kind of music. So now I got a whole album done. I released a single, but how I got the name, I said I was sitting there listening to it as I was writing one and just listening to the other ones I had made. I said, I told myself, I'm gonna get a Grammy in this genre of music. I said, and when I ain't even had my name yet, I said, I'm gonna be sitting, I visualized it. I'm sitting there visualizing it, no lie. I said, I'm gonna be in about the second or third row. I said, when they call my name for the Grammy, I'm gonna stand up, clean as a whistle, sharp as a tack at the Grammys. And I'm gonna look to the left, and I'm gonna look to the right, and I'm gonna look up at the stage, and I'm gonna throw my hands out and say, who, me?
I love it.
Yeah, so y'all go check me out right now. I'm on Spotify, I'm on YouTube, I'm on iTunes. It ain't, like I said, it's my first single in this one, so people don't even know I ain't had no video, no promotion. I just wanted to see what the song would do with nothing, with just people hearing my face ain't on there. I got a Who Me Facebook, a Who Me Instagram, a Who Me Twitter, a Who Me Snapchat. I got everything already set up, because as soon as I tell people, I done did that when I had another name, people go try to steal your name.
Right.
So I didn't tell people, but if you go in, but long story short, you can find me WHO all together, WHO apostrophe ME question mark, who me. And you'll see my song. Name of the song is called What's Your Sign? It's a female, it's a beautiful female on the cover. You know what I'm talking about? And believe me, it's a great vibe, and but it's this the kind of music I want to make. So when I told them I retired from that kind of music and making music for them. but I may not stop making music for myself until I'm dead and gone.
Oh man. Wow. So technically you're not really retired then. You still work.
Man.
You did. But look,
Yeah.
that's all the time we got right now, everybody. So look, we just gonna go ahead and end this now. And the nice thing, is there anything else you want to tell the people, Jay, before we go?
Hey man, thank you for having me, Yayo. Thank you for blessing me to be the first one to be on your show. I appreciate it, baby. Love you always, as it always been. It never will change. And I wish you all the success and all the blessings and all the greatness that God has meant for you. You're truly a dope young lady. You're a wonderful lady. You're a true lady. You're a genuine lady. And your blessings, all that God got in store for you is yet to come, as I do believe for myself. Like I told you earlier, how I feel. I got so much that I'm doing. I feel like I'm just getting started after all I done already did, because I know God got so much more in store for me. So even with all of the things that we may be going through, the bad here, the bad over there, the mishaps, the traps that were set, the hurdles we got to jump, but all that means nothing. Like I said, we have faith, we believe, and with His power, with His strength, and with love, things gonna work out as planned, baby. Believe me. So thank you for being there for me, supporting me, and all the things I've done. Having my back. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, just being supportive of me and believing in me, and I believe in you the same way. And much success. And I just say the same thing to everybody. Hey man, peace and love to all y'all. Stay on top of this show. She gonna keep it coming. And the world is ours, baby.
All right. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate you. I love you too, Jake. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
That's what's up.
All right, everybody. So make sure y'all go to YouTube and press that subscribe button and follow the Yayo Show. We on Instagram. Get on Jakafella for his Instagram, Facebook. It's right there going down through the whole show. So make sure y'all follow Jake, okay, everybody? And thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. And with one love. Bye-bye.